It's the second week now of my Topstep trading account. I did lose a trade. Doesn't feel nice, and I usually only take one trade a week. Sometimes I don't even take a trade at all. So for this week, I'm pretty sure I won't be taking any more trades this week. Maybe Friday, but we'll see. The trade that I took today, which was on the Thursday, November 13th, I did lose $186. That is me losing 1R, which is about $500. I do need about 2 more wins now. So in total, I'll be needing 3 wins. So the first win was 1500. I lost 500. And then now I need 1500 again, which that will bring me to 2500, and then I need 500 again. But even if I do lose a couple more times, I still need about 2 more wins. Hey guys, it's Will. Welcome to the channel. I'm a part-time day trader trying to become a full-time. All right, first I'll break down my review of my other trading days, Monday through Wednesday, and it's gonna be pretty quick because there was no setup, so I did not take a trade. This is what I had, this is what I marked out, and right here is the Monday. And we're just simply in a range. We're in a really big range that I want a break and retest over it because that is my strategy. So I have a big range and then I wait for a break and retest above the level or under the level. And since I didn't see anything because we're just in a range, I did not take any setup on Monday. Tuesday comes along and we are in the same area as Monday, and I did not take any trades. The ES actually did break up midday, like during later day, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, but did not care about that because the Nasdaq was weak, and I also don't trade later day. Wednesday comes along and the ES is still holding the level that I wanted to break, but that is pre-market, so I don't take any trades. And the Nasdaq still had this supply rejection that hasn't gotten above the whole week, and since we didn't get anything above, did not want to take a trade, and I just went to Thursday. Here's Thursday, which is today, and I did take a trade here. I saw exactly what I wanted to see, but I did lose, and I'll tell you why. I also do have a live trade on this. Let me go to the Nasdaq, but I'm gonna go to the 1 hour and I'll show you guys what happened. Remember what I said on Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, we're just in this range right here. We're in this range Monday, here's Tuesday, here's Wednesday. I have a supply rejection on the top that we haven't gotten through, so I don't want to take any trades. After the days we're forming, we have a previous day's lows that's forming pretty much around the same area the past 3 days. And since I trade the break and retest, I wait for a break and retest. I either wait for a break above this level, or I wait for a break below this level, wait for the retest, and then I take the position. The break and retest did actually broke the pre-market low, and then I got a retest, but I did not win the trade. Now when I go back to the 2-minute time frame, in the morning what happened was that we got a nice break. This is a very nice break, and then all I have to do now is wait for the retest. Of course, I just have some emotions a bit when it always just goes down because I just don't know if I'm actually gonna get a trade. Mentally, it's affecting me a bit because I only take a trade once or 2 times a week. Sometimes 2, but that's like hardly. So usually only 1 time a week. And sometimes I don't take a trade at all. So in a month, I could probably take maybe 4 trades, and it really depends, maybe 6, 8 trades, but I don't take a trade often. That's what I'm telling you guys. For a trade to just go away and just not get a setup in a week, although I'm fine with it, it just sucks that if like the setup was there, but then did not just retest it properly, or it just missed it, or it just went down and then it just didn't give me a proper entry. I'm okay with it if it just saves me from this losing, and I know what I want to look for, so I'm okay with just trading very less. So the market breaks down. This is the Nasdaq, and the ES also breaks down, and then it starts giving a retest. I like the retest here, but it just a bit too early for me to take the trade because I needed to give it more space, but I did take it too early, and I thought that I had a proper risk because I did get it in this area right here. As it broke, I had my stop loss just right here, like 40 points. And I was targeting it 3-1, probably because I did not wait long enough for the retest. The Nasdaq had decent space, but the ES still had to like slide up more for the retest. But I thought this, maybe it would have worked already. Maybe this could have been the retest, but that was just too, like, it wasn't giving me, I didn't give it enough time basically. The real trade was that it broke down, it retested, it rejected back the previous day's lows, which is the red dashed lines, and then it filled back under the pre-market low. It gave that retest right there, and that was supposed to be my entry if I did actually wait for the play. But I did not wait for that, and I did lose the trade. You might be asking as well, why didn't you just take the trade when you saw it happen after? Like, it did retest and then break down, and then it gave me that retest. But the thing is, I only trade 1 time a day, and I don't care if I lose a trade. I don't care if I win the trade. I don't care if it's break even. I'm not going to re-enter the trade because that is my system. I only take 1 trade a day, and that's it. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. This is gonna save me because I know that in the past, I used to take multiple trades, and it was the same idea, and I'll keep losing for no reason. And then when I win a trade, I'll walk away. But then at the end of the day, my risk reward, my RR, it just doesn't make sense. I might be up 1R, but when I lose, I'm up down like 3R. So it doesn't make sense. I want to have a positive risk reward and also only take 1 trade a day, so that limits my losses. And that also helps with discipline because when I'm waiting exactly for what I want, I take the trade I'm also able to be more confident because I'm trying to make sure is exactly what I want to see before I take a trade. Of course, this day was a bit too early, but I thought I was okay with it. I had a proper risk, which is like about $500, but I just took it too early and I can learn from it. If I did not take this setup also, I had a demand zone, which was the 68.05 right here. And it did do a nice break and retest multiple times, break, retest. This was probably not at 301 yet, but then it also retested again. But if you had your stop loss right above this candle right here, it would have worked and you would have gotten your 301 right there. Today was just a clean day and you could have got like a crazy risk reward, but I just did not execute. I took my trade too early and it sucks because, like I said, I usually only take one trade a week. Since I messed this setup, I'm pretty much done for this week. I took my shot, but I just did not execute properly, and it is what it is. I just gotta move on to the next week. It doesn't really affect me too much because I know I'm gonna lose at some point. I'm not always gonna win. My last win made me up 3 wins in a row, and if I'm just calculating my RR, because since I do 3 to 1s, I'm basically up 9R, and since I lost this trade, I'm down 1R. So in total, I'm up 8R, and I had to lose 8 times in a row just to be break even, which that sounds crazy because having a positive risk reward means that you can lose a lot of times and still be up because your wins are bigger than your losses. So here's the live trade. I actually did enter, but I'm just moving my stop loss and my TP. Right now, I am like trading on the Topstep, but I'm just watching my trading view and then I am placing the trade on my Topstep because the charts are not the same as my trading view, so it messes me up a little bit and I can't really change anything about that. All right, yeah, this chart just looks weird because I have nothing charted out. I was risking about 41 points, I believe, which I guess that was about $480 or so, and my target was gonna be about 1500, basically about 3 to 1. So it just looks a bit weird because it is different from my charts, and I don't have any like lines drawn out. I just took the trade and I just put my risk reward there, and then I just leave the charts. All right, I'm gonna fast forward this trade and then I'll give you my final thoughts. Before I end the video off, I just wanted to say that we are currently November 13 right now, which is a Thursday. So I do have a chance to take a trade tomorrow, but we will see. And if I don't, then I'm not going to say anything else. It is about mid-November and I just start my Topstep around the beginning of November, basically on the Monday. We have about 2 more weeks. The only problem about taking a trade like very less is that things like these, since I have a challenge and then I get billed monthly. So if I don't pass the challenge, I have to like pay it again, which was about almost $80 CAD, and it's gonna suck, right? I don't want to pay it again, but I'm not gonna force setups. I'm not gonna force trades because I don't want to pay that. I'm just gonna take my time. I'm gonna wait for my setups. I'm gonna wait for my strategy to come, and then I take the trade. Of course, I would like to trade often, but that's not my strategy. I know it's better to just follow my system. Having trades often is also like cooler, like on content, because it's like I'm taking a lot of trades, but honestly, that doesn't matter to me. What matters is being consistent, and what really matters is following the system that works for me. And I don't care about social media. I don't care about people who are taking multiple trades because I know that I can scale up faster because I'm super confident in my trades. And if I'm very confident in my trades, it's just better for me because I just know that it has a better win rate. It has a better risk reward. Me just taking a lot of trades and having like, let's say 51%, it feels like I'm almost gambling because I'm just like taking a lot of trades and I don't have the confidence to like size up. Maybe if I'm being consistent over time, but the sizing up may just take longer. And that is why I just like trading less. And since it's working for me, that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, that is week 2 of my Topstep 50K combine. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And what I like to say in every single video, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Keep staying disciplined, keep staying consistent, and let's just get 1% better every day. And I'll see you in the next one.